Hey guys, so this video is to be looked at after you do the Chapter 8 review test. After, not first, because I don't want to give you the answers before you actually go through the test. So if you have not done that on your own and tried all the problems to your very best ability, do not look at it right now. Go back, do that first, watch this video after. This video is going to give you the answers, and I'm going to walk through almost all of the problems and show you how to do them so that you fully understand before I give the test. The test is going to be online. I have not yet set it up. I'm still trying to kind of figure out how that's going to work, but we are going to take a test on it. You guys are going to do great because I just know you are. I think a lot of you are really enjoying fractions, so I feel like you guys are going to do pretty great at it. So the first question, what are the next four multiples of 1 over 8, 1/8. So what are multiples? It has the word multiply in it. So how do we make 1 over 8? What times 1 over 8 equals 1 over 8? Times 1. So now what they're looking for is the next four. They're just looking for us to do 1 over 8 times 2, 1 over 8 times 3, 1 over 8 times 4, 1 over 8 times 5. That's all. So let's do it. 2 times 1 over 8. The whole number 2 gets multiplied by the 1. That makes 2. 2 times 1 is 2. And I put it over 8. That's a funky 8. I'll make it better. 8. 3 times 1 over 8 makes 3 over 8. 4 times 1 over 8 makes 4 over 8. 5 times 1 over 8 makes 5 over 8. All you're doing is multiplying the whole number by the 1 and then putting that over 8. That's how you do multiples with fractions. Even if this was 2 over 8 to begin with, if it wanted the multiples of 2 over 8, you would just do 2 times 2 over 8, 3 times 2 over 8, and you just keep going back to that original fraction. So this is the fraction we're working with, the one that I bubbled, 1 over 8, and these are what we're multiplying it by. That's all. That question is pretty easy. Number 2. Marta is making 3 servings of fruit salad. She adds 3/8 cup of blueberries for each serving. Her measuring cup only holds 1/8 cup. How many times must Martha measure 1/8 cup of blueberries to have enough for the fruit salad? Shade the model to show your answer. So this is something you guys don't have to do. If you want to use a model, you're more than welcome to. If you do not want to use a model, I absolutely understand. Sometimes the models actually confuse me worse than actually just doing the math. But if you would like to see the model, I'm going to show you. So Martha is making, and we're on number 2. Martha is making 3 servings of fruit salad. So I'm going to write down 3 servings. Because that's important. Not just 3 servings, because we need to know what the 3 is referring to. Otherwise, 3 doesn't mean anything. So 3 servings. She adds 3/8 cup of blueberries for each serving. 3 over 8 blueberries. I spelled blue wrong. 3 over 8 blueberries per serving. Not in total, but per serving. So that per serving means 3 over 8 for the first serving, the second serving, the third serving. Her measuring cup is only 1 over 8. All right. How many times must she use the measuring cup to have enough blueberries to make the fruit salad? Okay, so, and I'm actually doing these along with you, so you're seeing my real-time thinking with you guys, the same way we would be doing in class. So, she has 3 servings, and she knows that each serving, so for every one of these, there's 3 1/8 cup of blueberries. But she only has this little tiny measuring cup. So how many cups of this is she going to need? Okay, well, this is just like the past problem. So she needs 3 of these to make 1 of these, correct? Yes. So I'm going to do 3 of those times 1/8. Because 3 times 1/8 makes 3/8. But she's doing that 3 times. So I'm going to do times 3. And that kind of looks funky, so I'm going to rearrange them. I'm going to rearrange it so it's easier for us to see. So that's 3 times 3 times 1/8. Because remember, when you have multiplication, you can kind of switch up the numbers all around so that it's easier for you to really see the multiplication. What's the easiest thing to do here? Multiply the whole numbers, because we know how to do that. 3 times 3 is 9. So that makes it 9 times 1/8. We've seen this problem before. 9 times 1/8 is actually what? 9/8. Because we just do the 9 times the 1 on the top and put it over 8. But nobody would leave it like that. So we could just do 9 divided by 8 to try and figure it out, or draw out your 9 circles and split it into groups of 8. So if I were to draw out my 9 circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I have to find 8. So 3, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to circle those. So there's 1 cup plus, and this is 1/8. Now let's see what question they're asking us to answer. This is asking, how many times must she use that measuring cup to have enough for the fruit salad? So we actually didn't need, this is telling us how many eighths make a cup and an eighth. So she used 9/8, and that makes a cup and an eighth. But they're not asking us that question. What they're actually asking us, now that I'm reading the question, is how many times does she have to use that 1/8 measuring cup? Now, in order to figure that out, I just have to look up here, because that tells us how many 1/8 there are. There are 9 1/8. So I actually did more work than I really had to, because I didn't underline the question. So let's take a look. Let's erase that top part. 9/8, 9 tells us how many times, so I just have to do 9 times. Done. Easy peasy. Next time I'm going to read the question first. This way, we know what we're actually asking us. Let's do number 3. Mikey exercises 3/4 hours every day. How many hours does he exercise in 8 days? This is an easy one. If I'm telling you you're doing something for 3/4 hours in one day, and then you have to do it 8 times, all we're doing is 8 times 3/4. 8 times 3/4. And when we multiply, all we have to do is 8 times 3, because the whole number times the top number over the 4, because the 4 always stays the same. So let's take a look at that. 4. What's 8 times 3? 24. But nobody ever puts 24/4. How many hours did you exercise? Oh, I did 24/4 hours. 24/4 hours of exercise. Nobody does that. So let's use the division method to figure out what 24/4 actually is. And if you prefer the dot method, you can do that too. So 4 divided by 24. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to do that. And now I'm going to do it. 4 goes into 24 6 times. So he actually exercised for 6 hours. And that was number 3. Let's take a look at number 4. Molly is baking for the Moms and Muffins event at her school. She will bake 4 batches of banana muffins. She needs 1 3/4 cup of bananas for each batch of muffins. Molly completed the multiplication table, and she said she needed 8 cups for 4 batches of muffins. What is her error? So, first things first. in her multiplication, she did this. 4, I'm going to make a squiggly line. This is part A. 4 times 1 and 3 over 4. And she made that into 4 times 8 over 4. So let's take a look. Do these two things match? Does 4 times 1 and 3/4 match 4 times 8 over 4? I wouldn't say so. So how do we check that? We just multiply here and add here. It should be 4. The 4 matches. That gets brought down. The times matches. That gets brought down. But is 1 and 3/4 the same as 8/4? I don't think so. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7 over 4. She did not add right. So that's her mistake. That's what it should be. And then they want the correct for part B. They want you to correct her error. She doesn't need 8 cups of bananas. She needs something else. So if we did 4 times 7 over 4, it would actually be 4 times 7 is 28 over 4. So instead of, she had said 32, it's actually 28 over 4, and that changes the answer pretty drastically. So now I'm going to do my division for 28 divided by 4, and you're going to do the division with me, and let's see if we get the same answer. You should have gotten 7 cups because 4 times 7 is 28. So she actually needs 7 cups. 7 cups. I'm going to do, so that was the first 4 problems. I'm going to do another video for 5 through 9, I'm going to say. 5 through 9 I'm going to do another video for. See you guys later.